I mean, I can't call these skirts. I'm assuming they're supposed to be belts or part of, I don't know, something. Hi everyone, welcome to Style by Lauren Ryder. If you're new here, I'm Lauren. I love thrifting and mixing and matching and playing around with my style. If that sounds good to you, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. We are doing our weekly thrifting trip and we're going to see what runway trends we can find at the thrift. So I'm here at Goodwill and we might pop over to Savers and we'll see what we can find. Let's check it out. I actually decided to head to Savers first, so let's go ahead in and see what trends we can find. You know I'm going to start off in my favorite section, the accessories, and this heart-shaped handbag with the lace detail caught my eye. Definitely very maximalist. Oh, and look, there's another clear heart-shaped handbag here. I'm always looking for a statement piece or anything sparkly, and again, any of the runway trends. I loved the shape of that one down there. I thought it was like the perfect size. I kept scanning, and of course this leopard print one I thought was really fun, but we are sticking to spring. This fringe one was so boho, and I actually really liked the color of it too. Then I made my way to scarves, and I liked this leopard print one here. I'm on the hunt for some more square shaped scarves that I can actually wear in my hair. So we're going to pick that one up and add it to our cart here. We'll see. Then I came across this striped kind of geometric scarf here that I thought was very nautical. I liked the green and the blue and the white. This fur hat I thought was really fun, but again, we are sticking to spring, but I had to show you guys it was a true vintage real fur hat, and it would be fun if it was winter, but not for me right now. I kept looking at hats, but nothing else really stood out to me, so we're going to make our way to more handbags. And I found this pink one here that's really similar to my red basket bag. I really liked it. I wasn't too fond of the pink color though. Then I came across this netted bag and it was the perfect size. I think it was handmade because there was no tag or anything. So we're going to add that one to our cart too and try it out in front of the mirror. I loved the size of it. And then I also found a purple net bag. This one here was, I think, like a Lancome gift with purchase bag, but it was definitely very nautical as well. I made my way to outerwear, and again, you guys, the leopard fur always gets me. I had to at least stop and look, but of course I didn't pick it up. I did, however, really like this lightweight knitted kind of fur looking coat. It was very boho, and I liked the color of it and the length of it, so I think we're going to give that a try too. I kept scanning for some more lightweight pieces that I could layer with. Right now, we're kind of in that weather where we can layer. And I found this incredible real suede jacket with the crystal detailing all on the front and on the cuffs. We're going to give that a try. Then I spotted this tank that was kind of mixed in there with the beading on it. I loved that. This tunic or this top was so nautical. We're going to add that to our cart. I loved the cutout on the back. And I'm very into like peplum style tops too, so I thought that might be fun. I gave the tank section a quick scan because I'm really looking for some pieces, like I said, to layer with and just some fun pieces to play around, and there's a ton of tanks out right now at my store, so I thought I might as well give it a check. I liked that floral print one right there, and here's another striped one that would be fun, but it wasn't in the best condition, so I left that. Then I made my way to pants, and I found these lace ones here. We're going to try those. Then in jackets, I found a tweed jacket, and then this one here was so nautical inspired. I love the puff sleeve, but it was Zara, and I didn't really want to give it a try. Then this one was Zara too. Someone must have donated a bunch of Zara jackets, but I gave it a quick scan, and then I came across a frame jacket, which is a contemporary brand, and I liked the color of it, very Eastery. And I made my way to pants, and you guys, another pair of polka dot capris. I thought maybe these ones might fit better, but me and pants, it's just always tough, you know. I liked these gingham ones here too, though. These are Free People, and a part of me wanted to give them a try, but then I got lazy. Then I found this vintage jacket that was so boho maximalist. I thought was really cool. I didn't really like the material, but the sequin collar was really fun. And then this jacket read very nautical vibes to me with the stripe. I thought that would be fun to play with. There were a couple other blazers that stood out. That black tweed one I've tried on before. I loved the coloring of that check one, but it was not my size. And then this jacket I thought was really interesting. It was an Anthropology blazer. I liked this stripe and I liked how it had the grommets in the front, but I wasn't really fond of the print and like the coloring of the whole blazer, but I thought the idea was fun. I checked out lingerie for some fun layering pieces, and I liked this one here. I thought that might be fun even with like a t-shirt underneath. Then I found this one. I loved the bow detail, and the back was really cool with the strap across the back and like the U back, so we'll give that a try. Then I came across this dress with the lace hem, and it was really fun, but not for me, a little too long, I think. I headed to tops, and this vintage top I thought was definitely on trend with the cutout detail, and I always love a good vintage find. Then you guys, this top I've looked at before and I loved it. We're going to try it again. And then I liked this gingham top with the floral embroidery on it. Not really keen about the color, but you know me and gingham for spring. And then I kept scanning the tops to see if anything else stood out. I did find a ton of striped tops and like denim tops, a ton of flannels right now. So lots of pieces that would be fun to play with and are kind of trending on the runway. I always love seeing Michael Kors because I feel like it's good quality, and you know, that's not a trend with the leopard print, but it did have the ruffle collar, which I thought was cool. And I kept scanning and I found this striped top that had that lace-up detail along the shoulder. I love basic tops that have interesting details. Then this one here stood out because it read very nautical, and for some reason I'm just very into that. I loved the smocking detail on this top here too, and the little bow tie in the front. This vintage cardigan stood out too because it was so sparkly, but again, we are sticking to spring, and I know I definitely cannot wear that right now, so we are going to leave that behind. I liked the boxiness of this striped knit here. That would be fun just with a pair of linen shorts and some sandals. I made my way to jewelry, and the statement pearls on the bottom shelf caught my eye, but I have some similar ones already at home. But if you're ever looking for a pearl or a statement necklace, check your thrift. I am getting ready to try on all of the fun finds. This is that nautical inspired button down that you guys saw me try before. I'm trying it on again. The first time I passed it up because I thought there was a slight stain on the front, but then looking at it again, because it's striped, it's not really noticeable, and I feel like I could probably get it out anyways, and I really couldn't pass it up this time. You can't find this kind of quality, and I just loved the detailing on the shoulder, so this is going to be a yes. Next, I'm trying on this, it's like a handkerchief top, kind of like that triangle top, and I thought this would be a fun layering piece too. I like it because it's a knit, so that's kind of interesting, an interesting way to add texture to an outfit, and I also like that it's adjustable. I can tie it in the back, and it reminded me actually of the way the Miu Miu show tied sweaters around tops like that. So I thought I would give that a try. I liked the lace detail too. Here is the little bra top, but I think that's going to be a no. Here's the other lingerie top that I thought I was going to give a try. I loved the back on this one, so we'll see. I like interesting details like that, and I'm having a lot of fun with layering. These are the floral print overalls, and I've been dying for a pair of white overalls ever since I sold mine from my closet. I don't know why I did that. I'm like kicking myself, but anyways, I did like these. I don't think it gets any more spring than a pair of floral print overalls, and this again might be fun with something lacy underneath. I can kind of play around with whatever top I want to wear, so I think we're going to add these to our yes pile. You guys, I'm obsessed with these girlfriend shorts, but they were too small. Then these are the lace eyelet capris that I found, and I'm going to film this way so you can get a better look, but I was too lazy to try them on, and I'm not sure if they're going to fit. I just really wish there were fitting rooms here at Savers to make my life that much easier. This is the striped top, and I didn't really try it on. I couldn't really try it on with what I was wearing, and so I decided against it, but it was really cute, and I loved the idea behind it with the peplum at the bottom and the open back. I thought that was really fun. This is the incredible suede jacket with the huge crystals all along the front and on the cuffs. I'm going to give it a try. I don't think I'm going to take it home because it's just something that I'm not going to get a lot of use out of. And again, I'm really trying to stick to lighter layers right now, but I could not just like set it down. I had to at least give it a try. So here I am trying it on. And once I put it on, I fell in love with it. But again, I had to ask myself, am I going to get a ton of use out of this? And the answer was no. I wish it was a different color, and I didn't really like how cropped it was. It looks really crazy with what I'm wearing right then too, but now that I'm looking at it, I do really like it, but I'm glad that it's going to find a home to someone who's going to wear it more. It's just a fun statement piece. I do appreciate pieces like these that do the work for you and just add so much pizzazz to an otherwise simple outfit underneath. This is the lightweight fuzzy coat that I thought was cool. I did like the color of it, and I liked how it was kind of oversized, but once I put it on, I thought it definitely read way more winter or fall than spring, so that was a no. I headed over to Goodwill next, and I loved this tank with the ruffles down the front. That is a huge trend. Here I am in the fitting room. I'm trying a sheer dress on. It definitely felt very Chloe, and I was very into the collar ruffle detail, and I loved the length of it too. I would probably actually style it like this with something different on the top, but just over some shorts. And then I found this plaid skirt thing or belt that I layered over a pair of eyelet shorts, and I actually really liked the layered effect. I am back from Savers and Goodwill, and I wanted to do a haul for you of some of the spring things that I am so excited to incorporate into my wardrobe and style. So let me just jump right in. The first piece that I picked up is this eyelet style. It's an oversized tunic, but you know me, I'm going to wear it as a mini dress. And the brand is called Grifflin Paris. And I can tell it seems like it's pretty good quality. It was $7.99. And what really stood out to me is like, look at the detail on the sleeve with that eyelet there and all along the bottom. Like this is going to be just so easy to throw on. And we're seeing cutouts and lace all over the runway. So that's going to be so much fun to style. Speaking of cutouts and lace, so I am very into playing around with layering and styling lingerie and that sort of thing, lacy, pretty little things as outerwear. So I picked up this little teddy, and it's super lacy. I love the little bow detail. And what stood out to me about this is the back. So the back has like a deep U back, and then it has like that strap going across. So I'm going to layer with this. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. And this was $4.99. Obviously, I'm going to wash all this stuff before I wear it. The next piece that I picked up is this floral overall shorts, and these are just so cute. I mean, I think you can't get any more spring than a pair of overalls with floral print on it. And these I'm going to play around with too. I feel like these would be fun to style even with like, you know, something lacy underneath to kind of mix and match. These are by We Wore What, Danielle Bernstein's brand, and they were $7.99. The next piece I picked up, you guys are going to recognize from a previous video, but it is this vintage stud connection nautical button down. So it has this incredible anchor on the pocket, and then it's got all of the flags along the buttons. And the reason I didn't pick this up when I first bought it was because I saw a stain, like a slight stain down the front. And like the thing with stripes is like, you know, sometimes they're hard to look at, or like you have to really look at them closely. Like I'm pointing it out here so you can see it, but honestly, when I'm wearing it, you can't really see it, and I'm going to try to wash it out anyways, but like you can't get any more, I don't know what is it called? Like maritime or fisherman aesthetic, whatever the nautical verbiage is for the trend right now, but I'm loving this. I mean, look at the shoulder detail too. They just don't make shirts like this anymore. the next pretty little thing I picked up is actually this. It's a top. So it's like a handkerchief top that you can tie in the back and have like a little bow. But I'm going to also play around with layering with this. And honestly, I can picture it styled like, you know, over my head, like more as a scarf underneath my chin because it's that triangle cut. And I just love the lace detail, the lace ruffle all along the edges. And this one was $3.49. Another pretty little thing that I picked up. This is from Goodwill, and the brand is Poly T. And you guys saw me try this on. It's this like sheer, very lacy. I can't tell if this is supposed to be a dress and it came with like a slip underneath, or that's not there, it's missing, or if it's supposed to be, you know, like a lingerie piece. I have no idea. It was in the lingerie section, so we'll go with that. But I really liked actually how it looked over my Dior garter belt. And like I said, I really am into playing around with layering things. So, and I also really liked how it's a midi length with the ruffle on the bottom. So even maybe styling over pants. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, but we'll see. This was $4.99. And then you guys also saw me try on these Target brand. Yeah, they're Wild Fable. It says Darling in the front, but they're like these boxer eyelet shorts. They're really cute. I like how they are. Again, they're kind of sheer. I'm playing around with layering. And what I really liked how it looked with is I picked up the two, I mean, I can't call these skirts. I'm assuming they're supposed to be belts or part of, I don't know, something, but they're definitely not skirts in my eyes. But I loved how it looked over the bloomers and like layering with the lace on the bottom and then the lace eyelet shorts. I thought that looked so fun. I imagine styling this just with a t-shirt on top or a basic tank or something and having the bottoms here really be the statement piece. I mean, how fun is this? And I could also use this as a collar, you know, and throw it on a top to really jazz it up. Plaid is a huge trend for spring too. So I think even though these read a little bit more, I don't know, they're darker colors, I think I'm going to have some fun with them for spring. And then moving to accessories. So you guys are also probably going to recognize this bag, this Nautica bag. It doesn't get more nautical than this. And I imagine styling this with a very not nautical outfit. So like something really dressy or lacy and just having that like super casual canvas bag with like the huge oversizedness and that Nautica coloring and stuff on there, and pairing it with like a sequin piece, like a sequin shirt or jacket, and mixing and matching that way. This was $9.99. Again, playing off of the nautical vibes, I found this net bag. So I have a net tote already, but it's really big and it's like a shoulder bag, but I wanted one that I can kind of carry just like this. And you guys, look at the sweet lace detail on the inside. I don't know if this is like handmade or what. There's no brand or label or anything on it, so I have no idea, but it's just so sweet. And honestly, I'm really into like double bags too, so can you imagine like how cute with the two nautical vibes, or even like tying it on here. I'm going to have some fun playing around with this. And this was $3.99. I also picked up this bag here, and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a wine bag or something, but I just love the shape and the color of it. And of course, the bamboo handles always get me. It was $2.99, and I think this is just going to be so much fun to play around with too. Again, like I'm into carrying multiple bags and I mean, having weird shapes and stuff. How cute. Lastly, I picked up these Bandolino mules, and they're slightly too big, but that's fine. I'm going to put the inserts in the toe to keep my foot there. And they're in like such great condition, probably only worn a couple times. They are real leather, which is super important to me when it comes to shoes. And they're just a fun color. I love the shape of the toe, that square shape, and then the sweet boat detail. How cute. I mean, these, even with like the overalls, these could go with pretty much anything that I picked up. And these were $6.49. Those were all of the pieces that I picked up. Hopefully I inspired you to check out your local thrift stores in a search of runway trends. You can always have so much fun mixing and matching, and you never know what you're going to find. You just have to keep an open mind. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. I make videos all about thrifting and personal style and just having fun in your closet. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok to see how I style these pieces. It's both at Style by L Ryder, and I'll see you soon.